Hello, I am Joel Carpenter, and this is my presentation for the final major project of Year 2. Before I started this course, I took GCSE Music and achieved a grade 6. This gave me a few theoretical skills and a small amount of performance skills, but I didn't gain any production skills until I started college. I have developed many music production skills during this course. I now know how to write songs and how to record different instruments such as drums, piano, guitars, bass and vocals in a music studio with various mics. I also now know how to mix and master in Logic Pro X using different effects such as EQ, reverb and compression. In the previous project, I wrote and produced 2 songs to go into a 3-song EP in the style of pop rock. That has really influenced this project because I found that I really enjoy writing songs, recording, mixing and mastering them. Some things I struggle with are reading, writing and time management. I have dyslexia which impacts my reading and writing abilities, so I have to check my grammar and spelling carefully. Another struggle I've had in the past is time management. I need to use an effective plan for time management this time. Here is an example of what I did in the last project.
Not the same for me. You are always in my thoughts night and day.
The aim of my project is to create a 4-song EP based on demos that I've made on Logic in the style of rock with elements of electronic music. I will need to rehearse and record with a band and mix and master the songs. I have put my planning into pre-production, production and post-production. Pre-production will include demos, proposal writing, presentation, a skills audit, learning parts at home before rehearsals, secondary research, primary research, auditioning vocalists, forming focus groups and documenting the process. Production will include lyric writing, experiments in the studio, recording, using focus groups, getting feedback and documenting the process. Post-production will include mixing, mastering, documenting the process, getting feedback, doing the final evaluation and reflection, and doing the final skills audit. I will need a lot of equipment and resources for this project. I will need a recording studio, including an Audient ASP4816 mixing desk and Dynaudio Acoustics BM5 speakers. I will need various mics including an Audix D6, an EVRE20, a Neumann U87, Neumann KM184s, Sennheiser MD421s, a Shure SM57, a Shure PG56 and Shure PG52s. I will need instruments including a Tama Star Classic Performer BB drum kit, an ESP LTD F10 black electric guitar, a Fender FM212 DSP guitar amp, a Fender Squier jazz bass guitar, a Carlsbro Cobra 90 series bass amp, and a Yamaha upright piano. I will need iMacs, which will be the college computers and my home computer. I will need Logic Pro X, and websites such as WordPress, YouTube, Sound on Sound and Google. For secondary research, I will use many sources. An example of a trustworthy website is Sound on Sound. For primary research, I will use experimentation, focus groups and observation. Some secondary research sources that I could use are Google, YouTube, Sound on Sound, books, magazines, websites, TV, radio, film and songs. I will make sure to use primary and secondary research in this project. My focus group will include Nick, who is a theoretical teacher, Steve, who is an electrical teacher, Mark, who is a studio teacher, Natalie, who is a vocal teacher, Josh G and Peter, who are other musicians. On WordPress, I've already done some research which will help me when I'm going into the project. Here I have done a skills audit. On the left are a list of skills that I might need in this project. I have critically analysed my skills and I have put them into satisfactory, good and excellent. I will do another skills audit at the end of the project and see how my skills have developed. Health and safety in the studio is very important. I need to make sure that everything's neat. I need to make sure that there's nothing blocking any doors or fire exits. I need to make sure that there's no food or drinks in the studios, and that all the wires are neat. I have made a budget plan which shows how much the project would cost if I did it professionally. The total cost of the project would be about £3,660, but that's just an average cost. It would cost about £3,000 to £4,000. For the job I would charge around £5,000. Some of the problems that I will have in this project are lyric writing, which is a theoretical problem, vocals, which is a practical problem, time, which is also a practical problem, and finding the right musicians, which is also a practical problem. Some solutions can be research, using focus groups, using a good project plan, and experimentation. A practical problem I've had in the past is I've had very little experience with vocalists, and we also met the vocalists minutes before recording them. A solution to this problem will be spending more time getting to know them, finding the right vocalists for the songs, and rehearsing more. A theoretical problem I've had in the past is not using an effective plan for time management, and also too much time trying to record instead of rehearsing. The solution will be to create and use a more effective timetable for time management. I will use Brookfield's 4 lenses theory to evaluate my work in this project. The 4 lenses I will use are myself, teachers, peers, and research. I will use this theory to see what my work is like from different perspectives and see how I can improve on it. In previous work I sometimes used this theory and sometimes didn't. I need to use it more consistently now. I will present my work by documenting the process on WordPress and putting it into 8 weeks to have a structure of what I did. I will make separate posts for different parts of the project to make it easier to follow. I will put YouTube videos, screenshots and SoundCloud audio files into it, and the EP will be on a playlist on YouTube with all of the songs in order. A bibliography is a list of sources that I'm going to use in the project, and it also gives credit to the authors of the websites. Here is a section of my bibliography so far. Thanks for listening to my presentation on the final major project of Year 2.